Alright, Facebook. What's up? What's good, Facebook? What's the good word? Happy Friday. Just a little skateboarding. Got my hair all in a fuzz bag. No big deal. We're going to jam on the stories of the day. What is the good word? Thank you for being here. Alright. What's up, Facebook people? What's the good word? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What's up, Facebook? What's up? All right, I'm about to get the people in here on the gram. Let's go. I got a couple things to jam on. Interesting day. We've done some cool things so far today. Excited to rip, excited to jam, excited to do some yelling. It'll be fun. Just doing a little Friday afternoon jamboree. So I wanted to say what up. What's going on? What's up, Joanne? What's up? Instagram Friday Beanbaggery News Dump Jam Festival. What's up? What's up? What's up? Alright. What's up, Instagram? What's the good word? Yo, what up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? What's up, JL? What's the good word? What up, fam? What's up? What's up? Hey, what's going on? There we go. Alright, what's up? What's up, Anita? How you doing? What's up, Rachel? What's up, Wayne? How's it going? Yo, what up? Yo, a lot to jam on. I got a lot of news things to yell about. Third live of the day. Let's go. What's the good word? What's up, Deb? How you doing? What's up, Rachel? What up, Maria? What up, Carmen? What's going on? What's up, homie? What's up? What's the good word? Yo, a lot to rip on, a lot of things to jam on, a lot of stories. I got a lot of stories to yell about. For people that are on the Facebook, this little thing you see right here. So I'm trying to make eye contact at both cameras at the same time, trying to be as laser beamed in beanbag. So here we go. Tickle me Elmo. Yo, thank you so much for being here. What's the good word? What's the good word? What's the good word? What's up? Thanks so much for joining. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Haley? How you doing? How you doing? What's up? Yo. So I wanted to just jam on a couple things. First, I wanted to jam on kind of the things that have happened so far today. And then I got a couple news items I want to talk about. And instead of the thing is that's so cool about making these videos and stuff is that when I make the videos, it's real fun. They get shared around and whatnot, but there's a lot of interactivity. There's a lot of interactivity that comes from these live streams, so I like to kind of mix it up. And today, I've been getting real good feedback and good donations, and I just appreciate it so much, all the people that have been contributing and stuff. And I just wanted to say thanks. So I figured I'd come on here, do a little interacting, a little jam, and I have so many different stories that when I make the videos, it's hard to make them funny, condense them to a place that's logical, and then tie each story into another. So these live streams are a much more interactive way for me to share kind of the exact same thoughts, but in a more I don't know, in a more long-form run-through type of way. Plus, you guys can interact and jam and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for being here. What's up? I see some cool people in here. What's going on? What up, Damash? What up, Derek? What's the good word? What up, Risen Patriots? What's going on? People just jumping in. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. What up to everybody on Facebook? What's up to everybody on Instagram? So, I first want to start with what I already did today, which was earlier today, I did a live stream with David Nino Rodriguez on his Nino's Truth account. And for anybody that doesn't already know him, go and check him out. And look, I try to take all perspectives into account when I do anything. It's he has an interesting view on the world and how to operate inside it, and his view on what's going on and what we do next. And I want to give him a lot of credit for having me on his platform, allowing me to share my perspective on the matter, not just sitting in a complete echo chamber. And you don't have to agree with him or disagree with him, but the fact that he allowed me to talk to him about it, I think is great. And I think that these are beneficial conversations that ultimately move all of us forward. The people that look at his content, the people people that look at my content, anywhere and everybody in between. It's important that that dialogue exists. It's important that we all have these open conversations, because if we all just keep yelling about the exact same thing in our own echo chambers, it doesn't give us the ability to see new things, meet new people, interact, and ultimately learn different ways that we can get ahead. So I thought that debate was cool. I thought it was a really interesting time, and I think that me and him are going to definitely have another chat. Hopefully in the very near future. We're already working on planning one for next week, so that'll be cool. So if you guys did not get a chance to go and check that out, go follow at Nino's Truth, NINOSTURTH, Nino's Truth on Instagram, and watch the video. I'm gonna try to find a way to download it and put it up on my channel, but in the meantime, go to at Nino's Truth and watch the video, and let me know what you think about it. You think I'm a bag of beans? You think I'm a LeBron James? You think what he said was good or he says was bad or whatever? Go on there, make a comment, share it, yell about it, kick me in the beanbag and call me your cousin. I don't care, whatever. I just did the best I can, so bag of rice. The second thing that I did today was I did a live stream about the Billy the Diddler and Krusty bag of rice that they did earlier, which was just a crispy garbanzo bean. That was trash, the hottest trash maybe of any in all time. I yelled about it, I zipped and zapped, and it was just a trash fire. So that was garbage. I found that to be also a bag of shit. And now I wanted to run through the stories of the day and kind of just, fuck it all up. Now, before I go further, I just want to extend an extra special shout out to Anna Maria Bodzas. She has made so many donations to this channel and helped support the cause. She made 2 huge ones today, made another huge purchase in the store. She's always in here buying badges. I know she's watching right now. I just want to say thank you specifically so much for all the donations and all the kind words and endorsements. Thank you so much specifically for being a huge supporter and contributor. So I just want to send a special thanks to her for always being there, always supporting, always buying badges and making donations. I really appreciate that. These donations, these small badges, these Venmos, and just as much as the shares and the Cashapps and the purchases in the Bobby Sauce store allow me to stay independent, allow me to keep doing this, allow me to spend more and more time pushing out content, sharing this information, doing more research, and communicating with you guys. So I really do appreciate it. And don't feel bad if you can't, but thank you guys all so much for buying those badges and for making those donations. It means a lot, and it really does help me stay independent and allow me to push out more and more content for you guys every day. So thank you so much for that. So, with that being said, I have a bunch of different videos, I have a bunch of different things that I want to talk about today, because there's just so much garbanzo in the world that just everything is literal trash, and it's just, I don't even know where to begin, because everything is just a crispy dumpster fire. The first one that I want to talk about is Megan Rapinoe. So Megan Rapinoe, for those who obviously don't know, she spoke at the White House on March 24th this week, 2 days ago, about equal pay day, equal pay for men and women, and the fact that women are underappreciated or discriminated against. There's some malarkey about women not getting paid enough in sports. Now, I'll spare you the detail, because I know a lot of people already know about this story, already know about who Megan Rapinoe is, but she basically was in the White House with Joey Basement complaining about how women don't make enough money in sports or whatever. Yeah, I would love to do a live stream with Dream Rare. That dude's the man. Like, I would fucking love to do that. Gotta convince him to do it, but I would love to do that. I think we'd have a great chat. Dude is super smart. So what I think is crazy about Megan Rapinoe and this whole equal pay stuff is just like, before we get any further, let's try not to forget. Megan Rapinoe is a 35-year-old soccer player, women's soccer player. She's played for the women's national team. She's won 4 World Cup championships, 4 Olympic gold medals. She's sponsored by Nike. She's sponsored by Nike, Samsung, Hulu, DJO Global, and a clothing brand called Wild Fang. And it's not clear what the pay is from all of these deals. And Megan Rapinoe makes an estimated salary of around $168,000 a year, plus all these endorsements. Extremely high-paid 34-year-old American citizen, and she's complaining about being discriminated against and not getting equal pay. It's like, dog, what are you talking about? So I just think that it's just like, it's so funny just hearing these people that are making a ton of money complaining about unequal pay. And she's saying that they're basically comparing the fact that women's soccer and women's soccer teams and women's soccer players make proportionately less than men's soccer players. But this is the thing. The free market is the free market. If the women could make more money doing another thing, they would do it. Okay? If the women didn't had the ability to earn more money, they would do it. If they were able to make more money in sponsorships, they would get them. The reason that they don't make as much money is because not as many people consume women's sports. That's not sexist. That's just nature. That's just the reality of life. It's like the WNBA. You want to say that the WNBA is not paid as much as men? You know how many few people watch the WNBA on TV? You know how many few people go to WNBA games? What about all the women in the world? What about all the females that aren't going to these WNBA games? Where are they going? They're going to basketball games with men. If the money was to be made, they would be getting paid. That's how the free market works. You either believe in the free market or you don't. So for you to just make this blanket statement blaming this inequality of pay on gender is so disingenuous. It's so incorrect, and it's so anti-free market. It's so lack of understanding of how the world actually works. She's not being paid less because she's a woman. She's being paid less because the business is not generating as much revenue. If women's soccer made as much money in sponsorships, advertisements, butts in seats, eyeballs on the screens, and jersey sponsorships, and all of this other stuff, then she would do it. I don't know the statistics, but I would wager that there's a whole lot more men's soccer cleats purchased on planet Earth. I would bet there's a whole lot more men's soccer gloves purchased on planet Earth. I would bet you there's a whole lot more men playing soccer than there are women playing soccer. And this simple fact alone, the fact that more people consume it, the fact that more people play it, the fact that more people sponsor it, and more people X, Y, and Z, means that it's worth more money, and that's why you get paid a lower salary. Not because of your gender, but because of the nature of the world. This is how the market works, and for you to just assume that it's because your gender is very small-minded thinking and is unintelligent and is not, you do not have a basic understanding of how the free market works. Just because something is a certain way doesn't mean that it is because of that way, that it doesn't mean because of X that it's like that. Okay? You either believe in the free market economy or you don't. So what is she doing as she goes to the White House and goes to Capitol Hill and complains about women in sports not being... What does she want to happen? For them to pay the same amount of money for something that gets consumed less, that generates less revenue? It's like, what are you talking about? That's not how it goes. So you either got to pay the men less, which means that the men... It's like... What are you talking? Like, what are you even talking about? What is the solution? The solution is what? If she didn't think she was getting paid a fair amount, all right, Megan Rapinoe, go play soccer somewhere else and see if you make more, dog. Say that you identify as a man. Say you identify as a T and go play for the men and see what happens. See how good you are then? Go play as a T. I identify as a man now. All right, cool. Meanwhile, she's going to go on TV and complain. Oh, it's because I'm a woman. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Victim, victim, victim. And you know who looks up to Megan Rapinoe? A lot of young, impressionable women. A lot of young, impressionable women that play women's sports are looking up to her and be like, look, she's complaining about how it's uneven. If you're 15 years old playing women's soccer, you'd be like, this is my idol. This woman is a World Cup champion. This is the person that I idolize. This is the person that I want to be. I want to be this award-winning soccer player, and here she is complaining while she's worth $3 million, while she makes 168 clams a year, playing soccer, doing something that she loves, playing games, and getting sponsored. Meanwhile, she's sitting in the White House with the leader of the free world, and it's complain. It's like, dog, what are you talking about? This is counterproductive to society, and there's a lot of young, impressionable women that are listening, and instead of you lifting them up, you're just demonizing, it's unfair, poor me, I have purple hair, it's unfair because I'm a woman. No, it's not. It's got nothing to do with the fact that you're a woman. You just happen to be a woman. That's how nature works. So do whatever you want, be mad, yell at the moon, tickle the sky, I don't know what to tell you, triple stumble shell, bag of rice, whatever. So it's just like disparity in men's and women's pay. And anybody that doesn't understand this men-women pay gap theoretical like bag of shit fucking fallacy, I would highly encourage you to go listen to Jordan Peterson talk about this exact same topic. If women in general make less overall than men in general, there's a lot of societal and cultural reasons that is the case. There's a lot of other reasons like that. It's the same way that if you look at like the amount of people that are in prison and you look at them based on gender, race, or skin color or whatever else, if you look at like the total prison population, there's a lot more men in prison than there are women. Is that because of their gender? Oh, you could say the same argument like, oh, there's so many men in prison, it's because of my gender, it's unfair. No, you can't just draw a conclusion about something being unfair because you feel a certain type of way, or because statistically speaking, it looks that way because more men are X or more women are Y. That's the thing, is like, you can't just take these blanket statements. This applies on race, this applies on gender, this applies on all varieties of different things. And anybody that just groups all of these inequalities into a bundle and then blames everyone outwardly needs to educate themselves. And Megan Rapinoe, with her $90,000 World Cup bonus, which is more than most people in America make in a fucking year, she makes it as a bonus for winning a fucking soccer season. Sorry, Megan Rapinoe, you're worth 3 M's. That's more than probably 95% of the people on the fucking planet. And you go on fucking TV and tell young impressionable women around the earth that you're being discriminated against because of your gender. How's that fucking productive, Megan? That's a fucking bunch of wow. You're worth 3 M's. I'm a man. I'm not worth 3 M's. How about I go to the White House and fucking complain to you? Oh, it's because of my gender. It's because I'm white. Fuck off. This is such horseshit. Equal pay day. If women made less money than men, statistically, nobody would ever hire a man. Let me fucking repeat that. I've said it 1,000 times. If men got paid 81 cents on the dollar, as every man for doing the exact same job, every single business would hire nothing but women. Nothing but women. If I could pay 81 points on the dollar for a full workforce of women, why would I hire a man? Why would I hire a man? If I could hire a woman for 81 cents for every dollar, I would easily pick up 19 points of margin and I would take it to the bank. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? That is a fucking lie. They're telling that to the youth. They're telling that to young impressionable girls. They're telling that to people that don't understand how the free market works. Okay, cool. It's really unfortunate. It's a bag of rice. It's a bag of garbage. This equal pay illogical, this equal pay fallacy is counterproductive. It's counterproductive to the world. It's counterproductive to everything. And I wish more people would take a minute to understand this very simple fact. And if you look at all of the different things that people on the left are saying about it's inequity, justice, it's all the same thing. It's all different heads of the exact same snake. I'm a victim. Woe is me. I'm a woman. Look at this. Equity. Save me, daddy government. Save me, big daddy government. Tickle my beanbag and give me a participation trophy. Victim. Hey, young impressionable girls of planet Earth that look up to Megan Rapinoe, you're a victim because of your vagine. You don't have a chance in life unless Joe Biden fucking fix it. Fuck off. You're kidding yourselves. The beanbaggery of the day. Beanbagwell of the day. How are you guys liking this? You liking it? What's up? Facebook? Hit me with a couple likes. Drop a couple comments. Send me a beanbag. Send me a lizard in the comments. Send me a lizard, a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Tell me I'm a bean sprout. Tell me I'm a bag of rice. All right. Tickle my beanbag. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go on to the next one. This one is pretty fun. This is a fun story. Like, nah, we're not leaving any comments. We don't care. Come on, y'all. People on Facebook are like, interesting. The daytime crowd. So whatever. Cool. Thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate it. I'm sure you guys all. I'm sure that you guys all heard about. First of all, actually no. Before I even go into that one, I want to talk about what's up, Christina from Vero Beach. That's what's up. What I want to say is that for everybody that saw the Joey basement, Joey Stumblebean, Joey Bag of Rice, Joey is this guy alive right now? Press conference yesterday. Holy hell! To think that this person is running the operation, to think that this guy is in control of the free world, you're kidding yourself. Biden is not running the planet. Joe Biden is most definitely not running the planet. He is most definitely not running the country. This guy is basically not even there. He doesn't even know how to answer a series of questions. The guy's looking at a picture book of what's going on and answering those questions specifically from the line. If you look at the way that the questions were asked, it was like, oh, the women first, women of color first, then the white guy. Fox News doesn't get a question answered. It's like the whole thing is just trash. So I just find it very funny that people actually think that this guy's running the country. He's clearly not. He can barely run his own life. The guy can barely understand what he's doing. It's a tragedy. He said he said he came to Congress 120 years ago. The guy can't finish a formal statement. It's rough. So whatever. First press conference, 65 days. How long do you guys think it's gonna be until he has a second press conference? I think it's gonna be a pretty long time, but whatever. Twist my bag. The mayor of Oakland, California on Tuesday announced a privately funded program that will give low-income families of color in the city $500 per month with no rules on how they can spend it. This is the latest experiment on guaranteed income. This is happening in the city of Oakland, California. This is basically an introduction to universal basic income, which has been widely proven to not work. All they're going to create is dependency on the state. A lot of these people, there's no requirements as to what they spend it on. Watch them go and spend it on illicit materials. I mean, they could spend it on drugs, they could spend it on weed, they could spend it on prostitutes, they could spend it on things, they could spend it under the table. I mean, there's any variety of different things they could do. I'm not suggesting that that is what they're going to do, but what I'm saying is that this is racist. You're going to give it to only families of color and not white families. It says the reason is because it says it's limited to strictly black, indigenous, and people of color of communities. And it says the reason for this is that white households in Oakland, on average, make about 3 times as much annually as black households. So, cool. Seems fine. Again, like, just lumping it all in there. So, maybe it does allow to go to white families. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it does. So they're just trying to create dependency on the state. This is what socialism is. Socialism doesn't work. This universal basic income is how they're going to trap everybody. Because basically they're going to say you need to fall in line. You need to go to the government. You need daddy government to pay your bills, to take care of you from cradle to grave. And as soon as you struggle, as soon as you need to get bailed out, here comes daddy government. Let's take more of your freedoms. Let's extract more of your cash. Let's pull more of your money away from yourself, and let's give it to the state so that it can be evenly divided. A freedom dividend, as Andrew Yang says. This policy is trash, and quite frankly, it's fucking racist. But who cares? You can't be racist against white people. Only white people can be racist. So who cares? Tickle me Elmo. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares? Whites, whites, whites. Narrative, narrative, narrative. Bag of rice, bag of rice, bag of rice. The next one, which I think is hilarious. Oh my god. This one I started reading this article yesterday and I was like, what? Wow, how is this even a thing? And I haven't read the full details of this specific post, but I just wanted to fill everybody in on this one because I think it's hilarious. On October 23rd, 2018, President Joseph Garbinet Barely There's son Hunter and daughter-in-law Haley were involved in a bizarre incident where Haley took Hunter's gun and threw it in a trash can behind a grocery store, only to return later to find it gone. Oh my god. So she apparently thought that Hunter Biden was going to shoot himself with this, and apparently she took his gun and threw it in a dumpster, and then this other dude was rummaging through this dumpster and supposedly found this gun. It's oh my god, it's so funny. And like, the Joey Basin administration is keeping people out of the administration because they smoked some weeble in the past. That seems fine. Hallie took the gun to Jansen's Market, a nearby high-end grocery store where the basements are longtime regular customers, tossed the gun wrapped in a black shopping bag in a trash bag outside of the store. Oh my god. It says, and like, I just think it's so funny. Like, how is this not a time? This is 2 years ago. Like, no one cared. No one seems to really care about Hunty. No one seems to be too concerned about what this guy does. I mean, this dude is a super threat, yet he's in the White House. Like, cool. That seems totally fun. I don't even want to read this article because who cares? But, like, Hunty's making millions of dollars spitting paint through a straw, but hey, who cares? The next one I wanted to talk about was this fine in the UK for leaving the country. Look, these cases and the deaths in the cases are down around the world. Like, it's quite clear. People are getting the juice. People are getting whatever. Hopefully, the world is going to start to. UK, they're trying to push some law that increases the fine for anyone traveling outside of England without a reasonable excuse would face a fine of 5,000 euros, which is equivalent to almost 7,000 US dollars. Now, under Corona clap restrictions, non-essential travel, which is like, who the fuck is the overlord that's suggesting that there's such thing as non-essential travel? Fuck you. under the stay-at-home order, anyone leaving the country needs to fill out a travel declaration form explaining the nature of their trip, which is very fucking insane. When they return home to the UK, they're quizzed by border staff on the reasons they traveled. Also sad as fuck. Currently, the penalty is 200 euros for not filling out a declaration form. And if passed, which is going to, this supposed penalty that they're going to vote on, would come into force on Monday, March 29th. So what I hope people understand is that this is a punishment on the poor. Saying that there's going to be a fine that's going to go from 200 euros up to 7,000 euros doesn't matter to the people that are wealthy. Those people that are wealthy are like, whatever, they pay the $7,000, they don't care. It's like this, it doesn't change anything from them. 5,000 euros for somebody that's really wealthy, they're like, yeah, whatever, they don't care. So all this does is basically lock all of poor people in the country. And when I say poor, I don't even mean poor. I just mean people that don't want to blow 5,000 clams. So it's like, this is tragic, man. This is tragic. And these lockdowns are clearly insane. And the fact that human life is being spared at any and all expenses is tragic. It's truly sad. And it's just what's happening in the world right now is just a true bag of garbage, and I find myself very concerned by it, concerned with how they're continuing to move the goalposts about this stuff in the United States, the diapers, the lockdowns, the restrictions, everything is insane. And like the sad part about it is like the United States is one of the freest places as it relates to being able to speak out about this. Like you can go down in the street and talk about it and yell about it, yet in other countries they're trying to make it illegal to do so. So, and like, I think in the UK, I can't remember exactly where it was, but they're like making certain rules about your ability to protest. Noise ordinances, time ordinances, and your ability to stand out and be out in the street. They're just basically making it illegal to protest, which is like, if it's illegal to protest, that's it, man. That's it. That's all and that's it. It's just, this is a very slippery slope, you bags of rice. And it's like, I just wish more people would wake up to this and just try to like be aware that this is just a really bad thing. But whatever, who cares? As long as the rich people get their way, nobody seems to care. But hey, all right. The next story that I want to talk about is Joey Basement eyeing a $3 trillion package for infrastructure now. Infrastructure, school. So, what everybody needs to understand is that this is very important. The way that the government taxes us right now is they tax us in traditional means, in the sense that like you pay a bill of taxes at the end of the year. You pay your taxes to the government based on your income. You pay sales tax, you pay property tax, you pay state income tax, you pay taxes on a variety of different things. You pay capital gains tax, you pay estate tax. Those taxes, right? And everybody pays these taxes. But the problem is that the government does not collect as much money in taxes as they spend. So as Joey Basement and the Crust administration, the Destroy America administration at all costs, the Inflation administration ruins America in 3 easy steps, they're creating and they're utilizing another degree of tax, which most people don't even realize, and that's the genius of it. That's the sad, sick and twisted, upside down genius of it, is that the other tax that the federal government is levying upon the people is inflation. And basically what inflation means, for anybody that doesn't understand, is basically devaluing the value of your currency by putting more of it into circulation, by printing it into thin air. You're taking the limited supply of money that currently exists out in the world, and you're printing more of it. By printing more money, you're creating more cash in the marketplace without creating more output. So the very simple way to explain this is like, when I take, let's say that there's $1,000 pool, and there's $1,000 and there's 1,000 people, we all have $1. If I want to get your dollar, I have to work to do something in order to get your dollar. I create that dollar for myself by outputting something for you in order for you to give me that dollar. I cut your hair, I mow your lawn, I build you a shelf, I paint your wall, I paint your fence. You give me the dollar. I outputted the fence paint. I outputted the product. I made you food. I provided you food. I exchanged you that dollar for that output. If you were to now take another $1,000 and just print it out of thin air and give everybody $1, Now everybody has $2. Now I can buy twice as many. I can buy twice as much fence painting. So it's just like now everybody has these extra dollars, but no additional output has been created. So the value of those things or the cost of those things just inherently has to go up because more people have money to buy, but the people can only output the same amount of things. You didn't increase their output. All you did was increase the supply of money. So by increasing that supply of money, but not creating additional output, not creating additional products, not creating additional services, not creating any additional widgets or any additional food, all you're doing is raising the prices of it. That's called inflation. And all of the dollars that you had, all those dollars are worth less because the same fence that you used to get painted for $1 now costs $2 or it costs $1.10. So by increasing the money supply, you're devaluing all of the existing currency and you're raising the price of all those products and all of those goods and services. So by inflating the money supply, the government is essentially taxing the people. They're taking the money away from the people by devaluing the currency that they have. Because if you got all this money out in circulation, the government just prints 1,000, then they just created that value for themselves, but it has to come at a cost. It has give and take. So that money gets inflated away, and that's a tax that the government steals that money from you. So as Joey Basement prints us into oblivion and prints all of this new money into circulation because the guy is fucking deceased, and Krusty and them don't care. They just care about destruction of America at all costs. What they're doing is they're devaluing your money. They're inflating prices. And it's more than obvious. Yet Jerome Powell, the leader of the Federal Reserve Bank, the treasurer, whatever the fuck he is, the president of the Federal Reserve chairman, he comes out and they're just like, yeah, inflation's like not real. And it's just like, there's no inflation. It's like, yes, there is. They're incentivized to lie to you about inflation. They're incentivized to lie to you that prices aren't going up. You know what's going up? Objectively, let's think about it. Number one, gas is up. Everybody objectively can see that gas prices are up. Why are gas prices up? Gas prices are up partly because the Joey Basement administration shuts down the XL pipeline, demonizes the production of gas, says every car is going to be electric, blah, blah, blah. Gavin Mussolini making sure that everything's electric. We're going to print all this electric. Who even cares, right? So all the people that were going to invest into drilling and invest in all these things know that at any moment the Basement administration could just pluck their permits, not allow them to drill in the places that they drill. They're not going to invest any money. So you got less output of gas, which means there's less gas to be used, which means that all those people that have gas cars still need that same gas, yet the output is decreased. So the output is decreased, so the price goes up. You have a limited supply and you have the exact same amount of demand. On top of that, you have a devaluing of the money supply. So gas prices are up. The most inflated thing in the United States economy is college education. The reason college education is so inflated is because the government subsidizes all the loans. They guarantee you that you're going to get a loan. They push back your ability to pay the loans back. They just subsidize all the ability for all these students to get these non-valuable degrees, and they inflate the price because the colleges have no incentive to give you a high quality product. All they got to do is keep churning out graduates, keep keeping them in the system, keep them churning through. They know the government's going to back the loans. Maybe the government even bail them out of the loans. So the price of the services go up, the price of college goes up, the threshold, the bar for allowing people into those colleges goes down, the quality of the education goes down. Nobody cares. The price is inflated out of the sky, and now they're telling you that it's supposed to be free. So it's just like college education is inflated off the fucking chart. Number two most inflated thing in the United States economy is college textbooks. These are fucking pieces of paper, books. These are the most inflated. The second most inflated thing in the United States economy is a college textbook. The third most inflated thing in the United States economy, and the reason that those college textbooks are expensive is because they know you got to buy them. It's a trap. They know you have to buy them. That's the whole point. So they just churn people into this structure. They force them to buy these books. The price goes through the roof. They just maybe print less books so that less people buy them. They create their own demand because they know that people have to buy them. You're trapped. You need those books in order to graduate. So they keep the money all themselves. It's a trap. The third most inflated thing in the United States economy is Medicare, is the cost of health. The reason that the cost of healthcare is so expensive is because the United States government purchases 50% of all healthcare services in the United States. Medicare represents 50% of all medical spending in the United States. I may be off by a little bit, but it's about 50%, which means that 50% of every Band-Aid, 50% of every heart attack, 50% of every blood, everything everything that happens in the healthcare space goes through Medicare. As a result of it going through Medicare, and they know that the federal government's going to pay it, Medicare is going to pay it, Daddy Warbucks, Daddy Printer, Daddy Government is going to print it to oblivion. Plus, they create all of these roadblocks. It gets gummed up in this government structure that's highly inefficient. It costs off the charts. They got to meet all of these requirements. They got to meet all of these different. They got to meet all of these different parameters. So the price is inflated to shit. Because they know that they can do it. Now, if you're a person that's on Medicare and you know that you could go to a hospital versus having to consider, should I go to a hospital? I don't know. It's going to cost me a lot of money. You're going to go straight to the hospital. You're going to go right to the main care because you know that your bill's paid. That bill being paid is subsidized by the taxpayer, subsidized by the federal government, subsidized by the money printer. And that's why Medicare and that's why healthcare is so expensive. Healthcare would not be so expensive if the government didn't put in so many roadblocks, didn't create so many different reasons for them to inflate that cost. That's why Medicare is so expensive. That's why healthcare is so expensive. That's why healthcare is the third most inflated thing in the United States economy. What else is expensive as actual fuck right now? The fucking stock market. The stock market is fucking off the charts right now. Why is the stock market off the charts? I'll tell you right the fuck now why the stock market is off the charts. The reason the stock market is off the charts, inflation, is because there's all this money being circulated. What are people doing with this money? Joe Biden and fucking Krusty Harris want to act like people are using this money to go and fucking buy their next morsel of bread so they can eat tonight. Like we're all just sitting here like eating a loaf of bread with our last $4. It's lifting kids out of poverty. My fucking dick. Fuck you. This is complete fallacy. I bet you the vast majority of people that are getting those stimmy payments don't even fucking need them. Yeah, they need them in theory, but they don't. They got a fucking iPhone 11s. They got Netflix. They got a car. They're going out to the bar this weekend. They just bought a beer for $7. It's fucking horseshit. They just bought an Uber Eats. Like, they're not fucking starving. It's bullshit. The unemployment benefits that have been granted all year, the people that have been able to work from home, the people that have been able to get paid their same amount of salary or more as a result throughout this clamdemic, all that's been subsidized by the government. They've been printing stimmies. Every single thing's been going on, and it's like, these people are not suffering at the rate that they're suggesting. All these teachers staying home, they're all suggesting that everyone's victim, victim, victim. Woe is me. Like, oh, we're all so sad in a big barrel of sadness. Meanwhile, they're not making you pay the student loans. They're not making you pay your mortgage. They're not making you pay your rent. They're not making you go to work. Everybody's getting subsidized. Everybody's on the government dole. It's fucking bullshit. So it's like people are using that stimmy money, and you know what they're doing? They're putting it in a bank account. They're buying stocks. And you know what else they're buying? Cryptocurrency, which has basically zero value in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. A lot of you that follow me and listen to my stuff, you know how I talk about crypto. I'm not demonizing crypto. Don't at me. I don't care. It's just my view on the matter. A lot of it's a bunch of jambalaya, and a lot of it's going to get gassed out of the market, and a lot of it's going to go to zero or very low to zero. I understand the use case for it. I'm not a fucking boomer. I was born in 1987. Like, tickle my beanbag. I don't care. Whatever. That's just my opinion. Whatever. Stimmies. But what else is inflated? What else is grossly inflated right now? Let's take a... Yo, Facebook numbers are going up! What up, Facebook? What up, Facebook showing up? What's up, fam on the book? Maybe people are getting out of work. Because you know the people that watch this channel have fucking jobs. Because they understand. They understand how to get ahead. So more people are jumping on. So that's what's up. What's up, Facebook? What's up, Instagram? What's up, guys? I appreciate you guys being here. Much love. Thanks to all the people that have been buying badges. Thanks to the people on the book. Thanks for the donations. I see some things coming in. Thank you guys so much. What else is inflated? What else is inflated to shit? Home prices, home prices, home prices. How many times we got to think about it? Yo, Facebook hitting 100. What up, dogs? That's the most people I ever had on Facebook. What's up, Facebook? Home prices are inflated to shit. And home prices are inflated to shit. Home prices are way the fuck up. The housing market is off the charts. Off the charts. Home prices are blowing out of proportion. You know what else is another reason why the home prices are so expensive? I'll tell you right now why the home prices are so expensive. Because the cost of fucking every single ingredient to make and produce a home is off the motherfucking chart, beanbag. Lumber, windows, doors, siding, fucking all of the different components necessary to build a home are inflated out of the fucking ass. On top of that, everybody's on this mad rush to build all these houses because the price is inflated to shit. So naturally the ingredients, the materials that are necessary to build a house have to go up in cost. The demand is skyrocketing. Everybody's got all this free cash that just got printed out of fucking thin air. So the home prices are going off the fucking charts. Plywood, wood, lumber, and materials to build a home are fucking going up like crazy. Like crazy. I'm just gonna do a quick gal. Housing and lumber prices are soaring because of the corona clamdemic. No. They're soaring. They're soaring. That's one reason why they're soaring, because people weren't able to go to work to produce all of these materials so that people could build these houses. But they're also soaring because there's all this pent up demand from people that weren't able to have those supply lines move those ingredients through. And then on top of that, because the house prices are so high and the money supply is so jacked up, everybody's got all this expendable income, and they know that the interest rates are at bargain basement prices. So the interest rates are so low that everybody feels incentivized to buy a house because they have these unrealistically low interest rates. So anybody that actually saves money as opposed to spending it is not rewarded for such. You put your money in a savings account, you used to yield some interest, but now you don't because the interest rates are fucking zero. So as a result of that, purchasing a home is an extremely lucrative decision, not to mention the fact that most people think it's just going to go up in perpetuity forever, but it's not. It can't. So it's just like, this is an inflationary, like, bubble style economy where they're just like printing money out of thin air. So the lumber prices are driving up the cost of building a house. The houses are off the charts. All these houses are so expensive. Gas is expensive. College is expensive. What else is expensive? You know what else is expensive? Consumer goods. And consumer goods are going to continue to get more expensive if they force this $15 minimum wage horse shit on everybody. So it's like, think about the cost of consumer goods. The cost of consumer goods is going to go way up. Milk, eggs, small items, all of your day-to-day purchases, butter, bread, all of that stuff is going to cost more money because you got to pay the person that's baking the fucking bread $15 an hour. You got to pay the person that's putting the bread on the shelf $15 an hour. You got to pay the person that's fucking picking the eggs out of the coop $15 an hour. You got to pay the person that's picking a fucking watermelon off of a bush $15 an hour. This is creating more things. It's going to increase the cost of goods for basic items. So that supposed theoretical increase in wage or increase in whatever, or the universal basic income or whatever bullshit you're going to get from daddy government, they're pulling the money out of your back pocket to put it into your front pocket. They're literally robbing you blind by devaluing the currency that you already have, inflating all the asset prices, and then all the costs of consumer goods are going to go up. And then they cry wolf, oh, the stock market's up. Everybody could buy stocks. The reality is that the rich people, the people that run and operate all these big companies, they're the ones with all the assets. They're the ones with the assets, and those are being inflated. The real estate, the stocks, all of that stuff. The companies, like, all of those things are going up gangbusters. And then what do? They cash out on stock options, like that company, like the company Zoom, makes $600 billion. They cash out on stock options because those are the rules. That's how the federal government sets the structure up. They set it in place. They do what they're legally okay to do. And then people like Bernie Sandbags come in, demonize them for it, and suggest that this is the reason that we need to steal more from the corporations. If you stole more money from corporations like Zoom and they weren't able to incentivize their investors and their executives with such high payouts, the cost of Zoom would go up. You know who uses Zoom? Your average American citizen. Your average everyday run-of-the-mill American citizen that wants to communicate with their family and friends around the world or communicate for their small business. Instead of paying $30 a month, it's $33 a month or whatever. It gets passed down in consumer prices, and there's this complete illusion that somehow, like, the government's just going to steal more money in taxes from these corporations, and it's not going to be felt at the bottom. Like, you're out of your mind. It's like the market sets the prices. The market sets what things cost. The market is the reason that things are what they are. And people like Bernie Sanders are fucking clueless. So it's like all this stuff is grossly inflated, and it's just unfortunate. And then here's the other thing. Joey Basement and these dumpster bags are gonna go and push this idea that, oh, we need electric cars. We need electric cars. You know, it's expensive in electric cars. Electric cars are not that cheap, beanbag. You know what most people have in the world? Most people have in the United States. They have gas-powered cars. And you know what else? You know what else they do? I've never bought a new car in my life. I have money in the bank. I own a home. I have a successful business. My business earns 6 figures. Like, I'm doing fine. Everything's good. I've never bought a new car in my life. I buy a used car. Well, what about all those used cars in the marketplace? What are those used cars going to do? Those used cars need gas to run. So by making it so expensive for gas-powered cars to run, all the people that don't have enough money to afford an electric car now are going to need to fucking buy an electric car because there's not as much gas. The gas price is off the chart. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're forcing all the people at the bottom to suffer the most. It's just like, It's just crazy. And then I saw this thing the other day that was talking about like a tax on firearms. Oh, you got to pay $500 a year in taxes on your firearms. You know what that's going to do? That's just going to make it so that people that need the protection the most, the people that live in an area that maybe doesn't have as much access by police, that maybe needs to self-preserve, maybe needs to protect themselves, or maybe they live in a dicey neighborhood, they can't afford $500 a month or a year to insure their weapon, and as a result, they have no weapon. So not only when you defund the police, the money goes away from these underserved communities that don't get hit by the police, number one. Number two, you demonize any police officer because it's racist. You take away qualified immunity from police officers like they're doing in New York State. So now the cops have to think twice before they take action, which means they're going to stay far away because they could get fucking sued. Cops aren't getting paid all that much. They're already risking their life for what they're doing. You make it less likely the cops want to be in there. You have less cops. You defund them. And then you take away their qualified immunity. And then you act like they're racist. Then you take away the ability for somebody that doesn't have a lot of money to own a firearm because you make it $500 a year for you to own a firearm and use insurance policy. That just means poor people aren't going to have guns. And you know what? Most of the crimes in the United States are committed with illegal guns. So these are being committed with illegal guns. They're putting in all these rules. All they're doing is taking away the ability for legal people to protect themselves and giving more power to the criminals and defunding the police. It's like self-destruction. It's like standing on a lake made of ice with a gun and like shooting holes in the ice. It's like, what are you even doing? Shooting holes in the ice, lighting a fire, and then like jumping up and down at the same time. It's just so backwards. So it's just this is the moral hazard of all this stuff. This is the problem. It's like they're printing us into oblivion, and then you got people like Joe. And look, I'm not going to sit here and act like this is just a Democrat thing because the people on the left want to be like the Republicans don't care about the budget. Yeah, and that's true because there's a lot of rhinos in there. There's a lot of Republicans that are bags of beans. But look, Donnie spent us into oblivion as well. Donnie spent us off the chart. He spent as much in 4 years, I think, as Barry O spent in 8. So like, let's not get it twisted. But the problem is not Donnie, it's not right, it's not left, it's not even Biden, it's all of them. It's these government psychopaths that are just printing us into oblivion and ruining our future. They're leveraging the money of our children and their children's children to today, and it's insane. So they passed this Corona Clap bill, this $3 trillion or this multi-trillion-dollar Corona Clap bill, 1.9, and just as soon as they get that shit, the ink's not even dry on it, and these psychos are now trying to pass a $3 trillion infrastructure bill. And it's like, this shit is insane, dude. It's insane. And people like Richard Blumenthal, Democrat in Connecticut, and all of these clowns, they're just like, yeah, no big deal. It's fine. Infrastructure package would cost roughly $1 trillion for roads, bridges, rail lines, electrical vehicle charging stations, and the cellular network, among all items. Last time I checked, the cellular network was run by the free market, by Verizon and AT&T. And it's pretty fucking good in America, and it works based on market conditions. They've been investing in the cellular network for years. I own stock in Verizon. They're making money, dog. They're making profits. So what do we need to spend? What do you need this taxpayer to subsidize these towers? Like, I get it. They want to bring internet to everybody, but at the same time, it's like, dog, it's easier to wear slippers than carpet the whole world. These guys want to just fucking throw money at everything, print it on everybody's dime. It just doesn't make any sense. Electrical vehicle starting facilitate the shift to cleaner energy. My fucking ball bag, but okay. They even say the goal is to facilitate the shift to cleaner energy while improving economic competitiveness. Dog, you can't improve economic competitiveness. You can't just dictate the market with a magic wand. The market is the market. The market is so good because it runs on its own. That's how it's supposed to work. You fucking get the federal government in there. You get the government in there with its muddy little dirt paws, and that's how it gets destroyed. But whatever, who cares? Biden wants to propose higher corporate taxes, increases on people making more than $400,000 annually, which we already know is a lie. It's families making $400,000, which means you could be making $200,000. So it's like, just like that, they bait and switch everybody. They want to take corporate taxes. You don't think that that's going to increase the cost of goods? You don't think that this is going to increase the cost of doing business? You don't think that people are going to feel that in their paychecks that are employed by these corporations? You know how many people are employed by corporations? Hundreds of thousands, millions of people are employed by these corporations, by mainly the large ones. And they think that somehow that you're going to take an extra 7 points from these corporations and they're just going to wake up and be like, no big deal, NBD, let's just fucking eat it. Who cares? These people are not stupid. How you think you got a company to make $1 billion a year because you're fucking dumb? You just take 7 points and just stuff it in your shorts and say, fuck it, who cares? No, dude, you're going to take that away from salaries. You're going to take that away from quality of product. You're going to not open that next thing. You're not going to expand. You're not going to expend on R&D. You're not going to make the same investments. You're not going to make the same donations. You're just going to cut back. You're going to reduce the quality. You're going to do less stuff for the environment, and it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. But they don't see that. They can't see that. They don't look beyond. They don't look beyond the woke. They don't care about that. It's trash. So Joey Basement, the dead person that's theoretically running the country, is supposedly going to roll out this budget in weeks ahead as they press this package. This is fucking insane. They're even saying, like, Mitch McConnell, who I'm not a big fan of, he sucks anyways, but he's just like, this so-called infrastructure proposal might be a Trojan horse for massive tax hikes and other job-killing left-wing policies. I mean, that's exactly what it is. This is like anybody that thinks that we need to. That this is the other thing. This is the thing that pisses me off so much about Joey Basement and all these clown shoes. In the government, as they say, we're gonna create good paying jobs, a good hard paying American job. Don't you look down your nose at me, Jack. We're gonna make you a good paying job, hard paying, good paying job. What the fuck does that even mean, you asshole? What the hell's a good paying job? Fuck you. That is a meaningless platitude. A good paying job. Fuck you. That is a complete lie. The government's job is not to create jobs. The federal government's job is not to create jobs. Good paying job is a complete empty platitude. It means nothing. There's no such thing as a good paying job. That's a fucking lie. A good paying government job. Good paying job. That's what they. When I hear them say that, I'm just like, that's what I hear. Him just being like, good paying American job. Good paying job. Good paying jobs. Good paying American job. Fuck you. This guy sucks. Pompeo. Where's Pompeo? When we need a Pompeo? Save us, Pompeo. We need Pompeo and Donnie to come from under the sea and fucking save us. I live in a pineapple under the sea, Donnie. Absorbent and jealous and running the government is he, Donnie. He lives in a pineapple with Pompeo under the sea, Donnie. I am a sponge, I want everyone to see, Donnie. Under the sea. Pompeo's under the sea. Pompeo. Yo, I'm gonna have like 37 beers tonight, and I'm just gonna get on top of a building and be like, Pompeo! People are just like, like spring break 2021. Pompeo! Yo, if you ever, dude, listen, I'm gonna tell you this much. If you ever see me in the real world, if you ever see me interacting, noodling about, and you just hit me with a Pompeo, I'll fucking lose my shit. If anyone ever sees me and I just hear Pompeo in the distance, I'll fucking die. So twist me in a pretzel and kick me in the bag and shove me off a bridge because I will just lose my shit. So if you ever see me, hit me with a Pompeo and I'll fucking die. Oh my god, I would fucking die. I'm like sitting in a restaurant like cutting a piece of salmon and someone's just like Pompeo or from the corner of the restaurant I just hear Pompeo. Oh my god, I would die. I would die. Oh my god. Pompeo. Or anybody ever play the game in like high school where you're just like, one guy says penis and the next guy says penis and you see who can say it louder before you guys give up? Someone just be like Pompeo. I'll be like, yes! I'll fucking spring up. I'll like do a somersault. I'll like barrel roll over to you and be like, like give me come up with a tray of flan. Come up with some flan. It's not pronounced flan. It's flan. Whatever. Give me some flan and be like Pompeo. Give me a tray of flan that says Pompeo. I'll fucking die. I'll die. I will literally be deceased. I'll be diseased. I live in a Pompeo under the sea. Anyways, I digress. Yo, this water's not cutting it for me, beanbags. I kind of want to drink some more tea. I want to get some more tea. I got to zap. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough energy, so I'm gonna get some tea. I'm gonna get some ice and some tea. Chat amongst yourselves, bean sprouts. Pompeo, hit your everybody flood the comments with Pompeo. Give me like 2 seconds. Pompeo, Pompeo. I live in a pineapple under the sea, Pompeo, Pompeo. Soft and yellow and porous is he, Pompeo, Pompeo. Pompeo, Pompeo. And yellow and porous is he. Pompeo, Pompeo. Oh God. So, somebody on Facebook, Pompano. Yo, Pompeo. Oh my God. Yo, thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys. We got over 150 people in here between the book and the gram. Thank you so much. Um, quick shout out to all the people. Thank you so much. I just got, I see Venmo just came in from Leah W. Thank you so much, Leah, for the generous donation. I really appreciate that on the Venmo. I appreciate that so much. I just want to give a quick shout out to the people on the gram for buying some badges. It's always the same people, always showing love, always supporting. I want to just let you guys know how much I really appreciate it. A Marked Life, always buying badges. Thank you so much. The Megan Hayward, always buying badges. Thank you so much. A Lady Bomber's Thoughts, thank you so much. Miss Jade XO, always buying badges. Thank you so much. Shalila0916, thank you so much. Brit C. Wolf, always buying badges. Thank you so much. Abe P. Dot, thank you so much. Susan D. Clark, thank you so much. And Anna Maria Bazes, probably my #1 supporter. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna Maria. I appreciate that so much. My neighbors just asked me, who is Pompeo? Christina says on Facebook. Pompeo! Give me a Pompeo! Oh my God. Flan. Trust the flan, bro. Trust the flan. Thank you so much, Koos on the Loose. The good live with Nino earlier. Yeah, everybody, just make sure you go follow. Go follow at Nino's Truth on Instagram and watch the live stream that I did with him. I'm going to do my best to try to see if I can extract the video and put it up on here. It was a good debate. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really productive conversation. So I appreciated that, and I thought a lot of good stuff was chatted about on that live stream, and I think there's a lot to be gleaned from it. Because I've been watching David for a long time, and I agree with a lot of the stuff he says. I disagree with some of the stuff he says, and I thought it was really cool because I got to finally ask some questions. And one of the things that's been so cool about this experience, about this Roberto Sausalito live stream, yell at the moon, scream my phone, Pompeo, trust the flan, whatever, tickle me Elmo game that I got going here, is that these people that I see on the other sides of these conversations, I get to actually interact with them. So I don't take that lightly. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that I have the opportunity to be accessible to these people, that I've had really cool people that have connected me with these great people that have large accounts that allow me to go in and talk to them, because it seems so limiting when you're on the other side of the equation. It's you have 200 followers, but you have something real that you want to say. So the fact that I'm getting the opportunity to interact with those people, I feel a great obligation to make sure that I come in with the hits, that I bring the heat. When I was on the Dropping Bombs podcast with Brad Lee, I went in there trying to hit. When I went on Real AF with Andy Frisella, I did months and months of research, hundreds of hours of consuming to make sure that when I got in there, I hit at a high level. So it's I put my all into it. So I try to be the voice that, even 8 months ago, that I would look at these accounts and I'm I wish I could chime in. I wish I would have the opportunity to talk to these people. So the fact that I can see it and then jump into it is such a fun, interesting thing. So I try to speak on behalf of whoever else would, let me talk to them. And here's the other thing. No, Britt, I have not yet. The other thing I want everybody to know is here's the thing, is a lot of you guys know people with big accounts, or know really smart people, or know people that have a large influence. If you know somebody that would benefit as a result of talking to me, please go tag them. Tag them, share it with me, share it with them. Tag, be like, yo, get Take Naps on here. Think about big podcasts that you like, people that are smart that you think that we would jive well with, and connect me to them. Tell me about your friends that have followings. They don't need to have 1 million followers. They need to have 100,000 followers. Just somebody that has some type of platform that they can interact with. So connect them to me, connect me to them, tag them, start beating their doors down. Like, I would love to get on a chat with. I'd love to get on a chat with Anomaly. This guy is so smart. I really appreciate him so much. Keep tagging Anomaly. Be like, yo, you got to talk to Take Naps. You got to talk to Take Naps. So I don't want to tell people to spam the guy because I'm sure he gets blown up a lot. But like, that's one dude where it's just like, this dude knows what's up. And like, quite frankly, I think in a lot of ways he can run circles around me with a lot of this stuff. So it's like, I want to learn from him. I consume his content all the time. This dude does a great job. So if you know somebody that could benefit from talking to me, or that I could benefit, or you could benefit, or whatever, connect us. Send me an email, woke@bobbysausalito.com, woke, W-O-K-E, at bobbysausalito.com. And share, and let people know that they need to talk to Bobby Sauce at Take Naps, and hook it up, dog. Appreciate that. So share me with these big podcasts. That would be awesome. So I saw another really interesting. Article. It was, this Biden infrastructure bill. That's the one that I wanted to talk about. Biden. I want to look at the infrastructure bill and some of the woke stuff. Some of the woke stuff that they got in there. And in order to do it, you gotta you kind of have to look at the right sources because they identify. If you read it through like Washington Post or Business Insider or fucking all of this shit, New York Times, CNBC, that's all the garbage. You gotta look at it on the other side. You gotta get research from the other side of the equation. Now, I'm not saying don't read those, but you also gotta read the other side of it. So let's look at this one. NPR we know is super biased to the left, but who cares about that? It's like I just typed in Biden infrastructure bill, and like every single one, CNBC, Business Insider, all these massive super left garbage websites that don't talk about the things that actually matter. They highlight all the things that like seem obvious, like trains and planes and automobiles, But let's see if I can find some of the bad things. Yeah, these super left woke out don't even talk about the bad aspects of it. They're just like, we need a bridge on the bridge. It's like, we had bridges. Yeah, I'm sure it's for bridges. Fuck out of here. Meanwhile, Pete Buttigieg is suggesting this vehicle miles tax to pay for these infrastructure projects. Yo, it's just back to taxes. Tax. All they want to do is steal your fucking money. Meanwhile, they misspend and misallocate your precious resources every fucking day. The shit that they spend money on is insane. They mismanage your funds day in and day out, and then they just want to tax you more, extract more cash from you. Tax. These people are psychos. Pete Buttigieg. Every time I say his name, it makes me feel like I'm chewing on a fucking, like I'm eating peanut butter. Pete peanut butter. Pete peanut butter. Pete Buttigieg. Secretary Pete may want to tax how much you trying to pay for Biden's infrastructure bill. Yo, Pete Buttigieg, this dude's fucking, oh my god. This dude's a problem. Yeah, I literally can't forget. I literally cannot find a single article from a non-woke outlet. Here we go. Kudlow, who's kind of a chooch, but whatever, published 1 hour ago on Fox News, which is whatever, Fox Business. Biden infrastructure bill is likely the largest expansion of the social welfare state since LBJ. Let's see what he had to say here. Free community college. Okay, this is the thing. Pete Buttigieg Free community college, universal pre-K for free, cool. Let's see how long this. Universal pre-K, universal preschool, dope. Child care and independent care, dope, subsidized. Earned income tax credits, paid leave. It's got a 4-minute monologue from Kudlow. I haven't seen this monologue. I haven't listened to it. And Kudlow's like not the best. But I'll play what he says because he probably is going to talk about this specific topic about it being this Trojan horse for the Green New Deal, which I'm sure it is. So it's just twisted garbage. I'm sorry, Facebook. Facebook's like they're clapping your live, you bean curdle. Because I'm loading other web pages and it just like doesn't like that it's loading them all. So I'm my deepest apologies to the people on the Book of Faces. All right, let's listen to Kudlow's commentary on this infrastructure bill. I have not heard this personally, but let's just see what he says. He might highlight some new things that we don't know.
Great to be with you. Stocks today closed out the week on a high. The Dow, S&P 500, NASDAQ, all finishing up on the day. The market is very bullish. We'll get to that later, but we begin to...
The market is very bullish because everybody's got all this liquid cash because everything's being inflated to hell.
Tonight with breaking news from the White House. President Biden apparently will invite Russia's Vladimir Putin and China's Xi Jinping for a round of global climate talks.
Climate. That's what we need to be talking about, guys. Climate, sure.
Have you invited President Xi and Putin to the climate summit? I haven't yet, but they know they're invited. But I haven't spoken to either one of them yet, individually.
Well, look, it's big news, and he will get around to it. That's a commitment he's making. And as we've repeatedly said on the show, the infrastructure bill that was strongly touted by President Biden at yesterday's news conference is really a Trojan horse for the Green New Deal, and it's likely a second Trojan horse for large tax hikes on large and small.
Anybody that thinks the Green New Deal or anything that Alexandria Ocasio-Clueless says, you're out of your gourd, beanbag.
Businesses, successful earners, capital gains, Social Security. Of course, he won't even let the states cut their own taxes now. Anyway, this whole plan, writ large, if it's passed later this year, will have an enormously negative impact on an economy that right now is booming. It's booming because of the vaccines, herd immunity, and reopenings.
No. It's not booming because of the juice, and it's not booming because of the vax. It's booming in the theory of what they're bullshitting. Booming. It's not booming. It's all the people that lost those jobs just getting their jobs back. That's not a booming economy, Kudlow. These people are fucking clueless. It's not booming. They're just getting the jobs back. This is not fucking it's booming. Fuck off.
It doesn't need stimuli. It sure doesn't.
And it's not coming back. This is where they mislabel these terms. It's not coming back because of the juice. It's coming back because the leniency on the reopenings is they're allowing people to open their fucking business. It's not because of the juice. It's because of the government. It's because of the government involvement and allowing people to run their own life. The fact that they're blaming the juice or they're saying the juice is the reason. It may be because the cases are down, you fucking assholes.
Need tax hikes, and it sure doesn't need to end the fossil fuel energy business. By the by, this bill also will include the largest expansion of the social welfare state since LBJ's Great Society. You've got items like free community college, universal preschool, child care, dependent care, earned income tax credits, paid leave. They will all be part of the package. The temporary assistance is going to be made permanent if the Democrats get their way. And none of these programs have a single work requirement. None of them. And that ain't infrastructure. It's also just a bad thing for work incentives inside the American economy. All that lovely stuff 20 years ago, Clinton and Gingrich, it really helped the economy and helped get folks back to work. Now it's going to be destroyed by a Democratic left that just wants a gigantic government-run social welfare system. By the way, Washington-run particularly. So, look, I don't know what President Biden's going to say to Xi and Putin, but I do know
Probably
that
nothing.
the far progressive left in the Democratic Party is not satisfied with a $3 trillion infrastructure program, all right? The surprise movement, in cahoots with the Congressional Progressive Caucus, and you can imagine what those meetings are like.
Think
These
about-
folks want at least a
Yo, Ian Smith, what up, dude? we got a celeb in the house.
$10 trillion program, right? They're reportedly gonna fight hard.
This is the thing. Is like, yo, the fucking look. The government grossly overspends every single dollar that they ever get their dirty, muddy paws on. These people don't know how to negotiate contracts. These people don't know how to negotiate deals. These people, imagine being in a position negotiating against a person that's spending money that's not their own. Right? Think about how a business negotiates. It's like, no, fuck you. I'm going to go to other vendors. And like, yeah, I understand that people got to bid and whatnot, but it's a complicated and expensive process for people to bid. So it's just like, I don't even know, man. Yo, Ian, if you want to jump on here, dude, by all means, jump in and fucking jam. Tell the people what you're up to if you feel like it. I'm just jamming on this green infrastructure and Joey Basement being a crispy bag of trash and spending us into oblivion and inflating the absolute hell out of our money supply, but whatever. Everything is fucking garbage. So it's just like the government grossly mismanages any funds that they get their hands on. The private sector, if they know that they just printed $3 trillion out of thin air in order to build all this infrastructure, imagine negotiating for that contract. You're just like, these guys have unlimited cash. It's just like, they understand that the government's negotiation position is terrible. They understand that the government poorly mismanages all cash. They poorly mismanage all cash. It's like every single thing that the federal government does, is mismanagement of your dollars. And then they want to tax you. They want to tax you for it. They want to extract more money from you, the citizens, to pay for all this bullshit where they grossly mismanage it. Those exact same companies that are now building infrastructure for the government, for the federal government, you know what they would be doing? They would be doing things out in the free market, competing for dollars that small business owners, individual citizens would have to be fighting for. It would all be more reasonably priced. It would be free market economy. Instead, they're going to extract all of those workers out of the free market where they're fighting and competing for dollars with quality, and they're going to put it in the hands of a person that's spending somebody else's money. It's just like, it's fucking trash. Like, these people are psycho.
For it. And according to Axios,
yeah, obviously, I think everybody in here is already chiming in about Ian Smith. This is for all people on Facebook. Ian's in the Instagram chat, or maybe he's not. He was a minute ago, but obviously, all you guys probably already follow him because you're woke and you stay on it. But he's been selling T-shirts and whatnot to support his gym. So please go and support him. Go follow at Ian Smith Fitness and look up the Attilas Gym Belmar on the interwebs and buy some merch to support and buy some coffee. They started selling some coffee the other day to help keep their cause going. If you appreciate him, go buy yourself a bag of coffee and support and show love.
they want at least $1 trillion per year over the next decade. Now, step back for a minute. I think that's pretty cool. And I don't know why they're stopping at 10 trillion. Especially with Xi and Putin coming to town, why not go to 20 trillion? Give them each, the communists, give 5 and 5. They'll be happy with that. So the progressives are happy with deficit finance spending, which they, of course, call modern monetary.
Yes, Sarah is right. The minute you get away from the private sector and the government involved, the cost goes up and the quality goes up. Exactly. And the thing is like all of those people, and that's exactly the point, is like all of these people, all of this equipment that's being used to create all of this infrastructure, to build all of these roads, to pave all of these roads and build all these sidewalks and build all these bridges, all that machinery is sitting. All that machinery and all of those workers are going to be employed doing something. They have to be out in the market. So think about all of the quality and all the competition that would happen. Those people would then be out in the free market. So think about this. You have a company that's now paving roads for the federal government or paving roads for the government, as opposed to paving roads for businesses, for individual citizens, for townships, for things like that. Now, instead of those businesses paving for the individuals, for the businesses, they're out paving for the federal government. You can't compete with them, which means that the price has to go up because the supply of available workers and the supply of available machinery and the supply of available materials is all being bought up and extracted by the government, who has an endless paycheck, who has unlimited money, that can just take all of those workers out of the free market and just squeeze them into the federal government. So you know what the price goes up for? Small businesses, for individuals, for citizens. The price goes up for us as a result of them taking those otherwise qualified workers out of the free market structure where they have to compete, and then they can do a bag of shit job because they know that no one in the federal government's going to hold them accountable for any quality. They don't have to have quality, and they could take forever. If you've ever driven by a job site that the federal government or that the government is paying for, you got one guy standing there, one guy with a thumb up his ass, the other guy on his cell phone, one guy's smoking a boggler, one guy's ripping a dart, one guy's like taking a picture of the sky. It's like these people that they're fucking squandering cash, and it's a lot of it is the regulations. One guy's got a watch, and one guy's got to twist his bag in a knot. It's like the government is so grossly inefficient. Their inefficiencies are so more than obvious. So to think that we're gonna tax the rich for it, we're gonna extract more money from the free market that would otherwise be spent productively, competitively on products and services that all of us choose with our free will. We're gonna extract that out of the free market away from the citizens to pay for this grossly inflated shit that's of low quality. And then on top of all that, we're going to inflate the fuck out of the money supply to extract that money away from you anyways. So not only do we want to tax you on the front end, take it out of your front fucking pocket, we're also pulling it out of your back pocket without you even realizing it. That's the shit that these psychos are doing. It's fucked up. That's why college is such dog shit, because they don't have to compete to get students. If all of these loans that the government subsidized for people to go to college just suddenly were not there, the price of college would plummet. The price of college would plummet. If the interest rates weren't fucking negative 1,000, the price of a house would go down. And then more people would be able to afford houses. But instead, the houses are so grossly inflated. And what does that do? It just makes rich people want to scoop up those assets, hold on to them because they're going to go exponentially up because the Federal Reserve is printing money to oblivion, and just buy them up, sit on them, keep the poor people on the street, who cares, and then just sell them later. It's like you can make money just buying a house and just leaving it empty to languish. It's complete bullshit. The federal government is the most inefficient structure of all time. Any single thing that's centralized and controlled by a very small group of people to affect a large mass of people is grossly inefficient. The way to think about it is like, think about if you had a homeowners association that consisted of you and 10 houses versus a homeowners association that consisted of you and 100 houses versus a homeowners association that consisted of you and 1,000 houses. Think about the value of how the people would be able to sway. Think about the value of an individual voice in this big structure. A lot of people would get dinged off because it's for the good of the gander. Oh, it just like it would all get homogenized out and all just dispersed out, and it would be so grossly ineffective. Instead of keeping it localized and small and giving power to states, it's all federal. It's all this big power structure from the top. And that's how they run and want to orchestrate any and all things. And everybody, as soon as something goes wrong, they're just like, "Daddy government, pay me. Like, pay me out, bail me out. Like tickle my bag and put your thumb in my butt because I need help from the government. Like, woe is me. I have too much pigment. Oh, I have a vagine. Like, save me. I'm getting 81 cents. Like tickle me Elmo. Give me $500. Like, woe is me. I have an iPhone 11s. I have an iPhone 11s and a fucking hot rod. But send me a $400 check so I could go buy Dogecoin and buy shut the fuck up. People are psycho.
Biden will have none of that. Instead, he's going to hike corporate taxes and reverse President Trump's hugely successful tax program. Well, I don't know, folks. If we're going to do 10 trillion plus another 10,
Sarah's coming with the hits in the comments.
I'd probably do deficit finance, at least over tax hikes. Now, I'm sort of joking here, but not really exactly. Just saying. Of course, President Biden may...
All right, whatever. Cut those sucks. But I mean, he's not wrong. Like, the things he's talking about are correct. So, again, it's like the gross inefficiencies of the federal government does not allow the free market to do its thing. The federal government's job is not to provide you with good paying jobs, good paying American jobs, good paying jobs. It's like, that's not the fucking federal government's job. And the fact that they want to tax us more to grossly mismanage and reduce the quality of all these things is just tragic. XRP to the moon. Maybe, dude. Maybe, bro. Maybe, but probably not. Maybe, but I don't know. But probably not. But maybe, but I don't know. Maybe. But maybe, I don't know. But probably not. But maybe, I don't know. Oh yeah, that brings me to the next bag tickler. As I've been going on for a minute about the. This is gonna twist somebody's beanbaggery in a nut in a knot. What's his face? What the hell's his name? What is his name? Fuck, I forget his name. There's this dude. That's his name. Ray Dalio. All right, yo. Yo ho! All the Bitcoin chooches gear up because I'm about to put Bitcoin in a pineapple under the sea. Hold on a second. Pompeo and a pineapple under the sea. Pompeo. In a black hawk and yellow is he, Pompeo. Alright, yo, dude. Alright. My opinion is that people holding Bitcoin are gonna get clapped. They're gonna get their beanbag kicked with a steel-toed boot. And the fact that it's gonna happen so instantaneously is a tragedy because all these people that could be investing in assets and things that are actually real, like companies with a balance sheet, you're gonna get zapped. You beanbag up. It's the best. Look, if you fucking look, okay. This is the thing that always twists my bag in a knot. Is like people will believe one thing. They will believe one thing to be universally true, that it's like it couldn't be any other way. Yet they will counter their own opinion by suggesting that these exact same psychos that are so smart in such a grand scheme can't figure out like the most basic of things. And like everybody looks at this like Bitcoin, it's like Bitcoin. So it's like you're gonna believe first and foremost that the federal government and the money supply and all the money, everyone with the money, everyone with the money, they're printing it, it's evil, the demons, whatever, all this stuff. And there's the Federal Reserve Bank and all the global banking cartels, and like everybody, like they're gonna dominate the world, and like they've been running it for 5,000 years, and like we don't have a chance, right? And we're gonna believe that these people have been like running this financial like beanbaggery twist, like they're playing what the hell is that? What is it called when you fucking what is that called when you have the paper and you fucking twist it into like you turn a piece of paper into a what the hell is that called? Fuck, I had it. Oh, I had it. It's a Chinese folding paper. What is it called? I'm just gonna gaggle Chinese folding paper. It's called something. Somebody tell me what it's called. Origami, son of a bitch. Oh, now the joke's lost. All right, peace, guys. I'll see you later. All right, rest in peace. I'll see you. All right. So it's like, turn my beanbag into origami. Yeah, that would have been funny at the time, but whatever. Twist me in a bow and punch it in my dirt star. Anyways, origami, people. It's Japanese, whatever. It's Japanese. I'm Chinese. Upside down, left, right, whatever. It says Chinese paper folding. The art of paper folding originated in medieval China. Great. Anyways, origami. Twist me into a beanbag and make it origami. Anyways, what I'm saying is that you're gonna believe that this financial structure that runs the world, that is used for all things evil, and everything is evil, and everybody is like in this big global fucking cabal, and they're using this money to dominate everything and all of these things, and we're fucked in 100 million years. It's this grand plan. They're in a cave. They're at the thing. They're burning people at the stake. They run everything. They've managed to figure this out over thousands of years, and it's like it's the Freemasons. They're underground. They're with Pompeo. They're in the Black Hawk. They're under the sea. They're with the Mayans. They're with the Aztecs. They're speaking Sumerian. They're coming down from a rotational disc in India. They're under the bridge. They're carving things out of rocks. They're laser cutting. They're in Chichen Itzu, whatever the hell's it called. What's it called? Whatever. You get it. Whatever. They watch Ancient Aliens. Whatever. They were here. They moved Stonehenge 1,000 miles. They picked up the rocks with sound. They used sound to pick up the rocks. Whatever. You believe that there's this great grand scheme, and that this money is like this fucking operation that they've been running the entire world, yet you think that these people got foiled by Bitcoin? Like Bitcoin came in and they were like, no, like, No, Pompeo! Like, Pompeo came in, like, Pompeo personally coded Bitcoin. Pompeo coded Bitcoin in a pineapple under the sea. Pompeo did a triple axle backflip out of the Black Hawk, landed on the White House lawn. It's another country. It's on another country, and he just, like, was coding Bitcoin on the way down. Him and Donnie came in on the Black Hawks, like, in a parachute, and they're like, Pompeo! And, like, they were crawling. They dug a tunnel underneath the White House. There's 50,000 people under the White House, and they're just like, Bitcoin. It's like a huge Bitcoin mining operation, and everybody's just printing Bitcoin, and supposedly this Bitcoin is going to solve the world's problems. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, what are you talking about? This is like, Bitcoin is not going to solve these problems. You fucking, it's just like, I think everybody holding Bitcoin is going to get, you're going to get, the system. I'm just saying. Just like lay your bag flat, twist it into a fucking duckling. It's gonna fly away like Pompeo on a Black Hawk. Make me a Black Hawk out of the origami. Whatever. I'm just saying. Don't bet on Bitcoin. Twist me in a bow. Put me in a fucking Chinese paper folding game and send me down the river. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Bitcoin is not your savior. Like, buy a company. Like, literally buy a company. Like, literally invest in a company with a balance sheet. Like, purchase something with actual value. Like, buy an asset. What is an asset? Buy an asset. Like, listen up. Like, grab a horn. Listen to the shell. Pompeo. Like, you pick up a shell. You're on the beach. There's a shell. You pick up the shell. Pompeo. It's like, I hear the ocean. I picked up a shell. It was a conch shell. I listened inside, and it was like, Bitcoin. Pompeo. Like, if you put 2 conch shells on each ear, it goes, Bitcoin, Pompeo, Bitcoin, Pompeo, Bitcoin, and Pompeo, Bitcoin, Pompeo. Bitcoin and Pompeo. If you want to donate some Bitcoin, no, I'm just kidding. I do not want any Bitcoin. I'd rather you send me a fucking origami. I'd rather you send me an origami Black Hawk Pompeo. Like, I'd rather you send me an autographed fucking, an autographed origami dove that just says Pompeo. I'm just saying. I live in a Pompeo under the sea. Anyhow. All right. So Ray Dalio, for those of you, I got extra energy today. I had a banana. I had a live stream banana. Roberto Sausalito live streams a banana. People in Facebook were like, inhale, eat the whole thing at once. Like, I just imagine if I was just sitting here, we were like watching the video, and I just took a banana and just was like, gagak, and I just just gagacked it down my throat. You would be like, yo, we can't watch this guy anymore. Like, this person is very peculiar. All right. So, Bitcoin. This is the thing. So, as I was saying, if you believe that there's this global financial structure that has been dominating the world since the beginning of time, and they know all this stuff, and they've been like able to use the money, and they print it out, and they dominate everything, and they own everything, and they own all of these things, yet they somehow couldn't figure out Bitcoin. These people have the most money ever. Like, it's like, what are you talking? All they're gonna do is they're gonna let all the people buy all this Bitcoin until it reaches fever pitch. It's $50,000 a coin, and all these people are hodling and refusing to cash out, and then they're just gonna make it illegal. They're just gonna make it illegal. And one day you're gonna wake up, and they're gonna be like, Joey Basement and Krusty Harris. Krusty's just like in the White House, like, bleh. Like, they're gonna run this shit. I am Pompeo. Like, I am Pompeo's son. I am the son of Pompeo. I was made in a test tube in a laboratory by Pompeo. I am the seed of Pompeo. I'm just saying. I am Pompeo. Whatever. Read between the lines. Like, I'm a hologram. I'm Pompeo. I'm in a pineapple under the sea. Like, this is a CGI set. I'm at the Amazon headquarters. I'm at Castle Rock. We're at Castle Rock right now. I'm at Amazon Studios. I'm at Castle Rock. What's he doing? He's in a rock under the sea. Pompeo, Amazon. He's in Amazon Studios. It's the White House. He's at the White House. Look at the windows. He's at the White House. Look at the White House. It's the black hats. I don't know. What's he doing? How did he get there? He's at Amazon. He knows Bezos. He burned the books. He knows Bezos. He's Pompeo's son. It'd be so funny if I had more more social clout, and they're just like, Bobby Sausalito says that he's the son of Pompeo. It would be the fucking best. That would be the shit. I hope in 4 years when the world is burning and like it's just a smoldering cauldron and there's like one computer left, that somebody's just like, Bobby Sausalito says that he's Pompeo's son, and like one other person's like, fuck. That would just be hilarious. Like the entire world is like a burning ember and I just have 500 million followers and it's just like, Pompeo. Pompeo's son is the only person left on the internet. I'm just like, Pompeo. I have a conch shell. I'm like, Pompeo. I start signing conch shells. I am Pompeo. I etch it in. Whatever. So, one of the world's largest hedge funds is run by this man named Ray Dalio. He's just your average run-of-the-mill white guy from Connecticut. He started his business it's like a great story. Like the guy started his business in his house, his apartment, and he built one of the largest hedge funds in the world. And he said Ray Dalio. This is an article in Garbage Insider because you know it's trash, but whatever. I'm just saying, Tickle Me Elmo. It's just what happened. Whatever. Like this, he's at Amazon. Bobby's at Amazon. He's at Castle Rock. Did you see? There's a picture of Bobby on Biden's desk. It's in the bag. Whatever. Insider, the world. Poor. Move money inside and outside of the country at a moment's notice. You could use it for illicit activities. It wouldn't be tracked, blah, blah, blah. There's all these different things that could happen as a result. All right, Facebook. I'll take the Facebook's like getting destroyed because I had this other screen open, but whatever. I just turned it off. Hopefully the Facebook feed doesn't keep dumping, but whatever. So anyways, so he's saying that so first of all, if Bitcoin was actually a currency, which it's not, if Bitcoin was actually a currency, which it is not, the amount of money that it would cost to transact in Bitcoin would cost so much money that it would be unsustainable. It would use so much electricity that it would use the electricity of like the country of Greenland like per day. And people that don't research this, it's like, yo, if this thing was to actually theoretically work in the way that they're suggesting that it will, it's not a currency. And they're like, oh, it's gold. It's like gold. It's like, no, it's not like gold. Gold is valuable because it's the most valuable actual literal metal. It's a valuable actual metal. There's so many other things that make gold valuable. And it's like whatever. And I'm not going to sit here and shill for gold. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm just saying that like Bitcoin is not gold. Bitcoin is nothing. Bitcoin is valueless trash that in a moment's notice could be devalued to nothing. So it's like it's the fastest growing thing ever. That could also be the fastest thing to crash ever. So it's like Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, and anybody in the crusty basement administration could at any moment just be like, Bitcoin's illegal. It's illegal for you to own, transact, move, or buy things in Bitcoin. Oh, I can put it on a thumb drive. What are you gonna do with a thumb drive? You're gonna go to where are you gonna go? You're gonna go to fucking Sweden and then you're just gonna give them the thumb drive? What are you talking about? Like, yeah, maybe you could store it on a thumb drive, but no, if it's illegal for you to own it or transact in it, it's only gonna be a matter of time before it loses its value. So it's just like if the largest government in the world just says this shit's illegal, it's illegal, and then you're B, and then you're fucked. So it's like, do you think that you're gonna fight the power with this nothing burger? You'd be better off with a pile of grain. You'd be better off with bags of grain. Like literally, you could have a silo full of grain. But here's the thing about grain: like grain probably goes bad. It's not even as good as grain. The only thing that's good is fucking gold. Gold's the only thing that never expires. So it's just like, I don't know, dude. I'm just saying. But whatever. So what I'm saying is that if Ray Dalio is suggesting that this is possible, it's very likely it's possible. I'm not saying it's likely because it's Ray Dalio. I'm just saying he makes a very valid point. This guy runs one of the largest hedge funds in the world, $150 billion in this hedge fund. Oh, this guy doesn't understand money? Maybe he doesn't, but okay, but whatever. Tickle me Elmo, do origami with my bag. I'm just saying, like, the guy knows what he's talking about, but whatever, who cares? Who cares about that? Who cares about facts? Who cares about thought? Who cares about experience? Who cares about what people actually say? Who cares about that? Who cares? It doesn't matter. So it's like, I just wish that we could all remember that this shit is not promised. And if you're going to invest your hard-earned US dollars or other currencies into fucking Bitcoin, you better be prepared to lose that shit. All right? I'm just saying. It's like this is the popular this is madness. This is the madness of crowds. But whatever. And it's just like everything is inflated. Everybody's sitting at home. People are gambling, they're having fun. If that shit bombed out, people would be running like that. They'd run like that. Now, the theory like, oh, the market's going to crash. The stock market's going to crash. Okay. All right, the market's going to crash. The stock market's going to crash. Well, the stock market is not a singular entity. All right, so let's try to remember. The stock market is not a singular entity. The stock market, or if you want to say the indexes, are a collection of a variety of different companies. If you have stock in a company, let's say, for example, Facebook. You have stock in Facebook. Well, if the stock market crashes, but Facebook is still making hundreds of billions of dollars in profits each year, or billions of dollars of profits each year, or millions of dollars in profits each quarter, each month, each day, each week, whatever, where did the value go? The value's gone? Why is it gone? More people are still using the phones. They're still using the internet. They're still buying things. So where's the stock market? What's the stock market? What is the stock market? The stock market is a collection of companies that sell individual shares of themselves to people that want to share in the upside or downside risk of owning that business, of owning a small sliver of that asset. So it's like the market's going to go down. What does that mean? And here's the thing, you don't have to sell. So if you don't sell and it goes down, you didn't lose anything. You lost theoretical value, you lost potential value, but you didn't lose the value. They still own the assets. If a stock goes from $1,000 to $100, it's worth 10% of what it was, but that doesn't mean it can't come back. It still owns all the property. It still owns all the income. It still has all the employees. It still has all the IP. It still has the buildings. It still has the infrastructure. It still has the income streams. It still sells those products. It has stuff in inventory. It's got other investments in other businesses that it could divest from. It's like, what do you mean? So it's just like, I don't know. I just don't know about this whole theory. Like the market's going to crash. The market's going to crash. Like, yeah, the market may crash temporarily. That's what markets do. It goes up. It goes down. It's like a wave. It's going to move. That's what's going to happen. If you hold stock long term for the vast majority of people and the vast majority of American history, the stock market has increased in value because you know what's happening? Number one, there's more business. Number two, there's more people. Number three, there's more money. Number four, it gets more efficient. So as the market gets more efficient, as technology gets more efficient, as things move faster and products and services are created at a more expeditious clip, and there's more human beings living on Earth, more people migrating to the U.S., more people literally being born, the population of the world going up, the money supply being printed, all of these things, it's kind of like it'll probably continue to expand. Like the world is almost like, in the same way that nature is constantly expanding, in theory, the economy and the market is constantly expanding. So it's just like, I don't know. And like, especially if you invest in companies that are especially if you invest in companies that have what is called like a moat around them or have like a monopoly on a specific style of thing. So I've said this a million times, and I don't want to origami anybody's bag, but like, I like buying stocks that have a monopoly style position on a market. If you don't take Uber and you don't take Lyft, what is your alternative? If you don't take Uber and you don't take Lyft, what is your alternative? A fucking cab? Those suck. Overpriced. The guy says the credit card machine doesn't work when it fucking does. And the credit card machine doesn't work. Pay me in cash. Give me a handy. It's like, dog, no, I'm using a credit card, you chooch. And then they're acting all put out. It's like, fuck off, you bag of rice. So it's like, okay, so you go in a cab, that sucks. The subway, that sucks. You take the train, that sucks. Inefficient, expensive. How else are you going to get there? The bus, dirty, inefficient, maybe not go directly to your destination, not available in all places. What is your alternative? Drive yourself? What if you don't have a car? What if you're drunk? Think about it. So it's like, I like businesses like Lyft and Uber. I own stock in Lyft and Uber. Monopoly. It's a monopoly. The barrier to entry is really high. So it's just like, that's the type of shit that I like to invest in. If the market goes down, what happens to Uber and Lyft? Do people just stop taking Uber and Lyft? Maybe, but probably not, Bill. Maybe, but probably not, Bill. I'm just saying, like Pompeo, pineapple under the sea, you're going to take a Lyft dog. I'm saying people are going to be drinking cold, crispy pops, getting bamboozled, and taking a fucking Uber downtown. I'm just saying. Sorry, call Pompeo. I don't know what to tell you, but they're going to be taking Ubers, dog. Maybe they won't. Maybe they're going to have to pay their employees more. Bing, bang, bong. But people are going to take an Uber. And if you had to pay $9 for an Uber, and then later you have to pay $11 for an Uber, what the fuck you going to do? It's efficient. Buy Uber. You know, it's like I have Uber stock. I like the monopoly aspect of it. So it's like, I don't know, you bag of rice. I like companies like that. I like Verizon. Whatever. Tickle my bag. This is a phone. You're on a phone. I'm on a phone. This is on a phone. It's like all this shit is moving around. More people are going to use phones. Fucking a large percentage of the world doesn't even have high-speed internet access yet. A lot of people don't even have smartphones yet around this planet. You know who's going to have smartphones? Those people later. It's going to get better because the marketplace is going to get more efficient. The technology is going to expand. It's going to get cheaper. And all of these things are going to become more prevalent. More countries are going to get on Facebook. More countries are going to use internet. All of these things are going to continue to expand. Why do you think I'm investing in building video content? Because video is like the universal language. You could translate this into 1,000 languages, broadcast around the planet. That's macro. That's macro impact. This is like the ultimate media. It's video, it's voice, it's imagery. It's like all these things. I have a shirt on. That could be in marketing. There could be something over here. There could be something over here. There could be something over here. I could be like coffee. Drink this coffee. There's 1,000 things. It's so multidimensional. It's like people are just like what is the stock market? That's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like so many people, they put every single thing into this overarching, in this dome, and then they just say, the blank. And it's like there's a million different things that are moving and shaking and shucking and jiving inside this umbrella, and they're just like, the blank will blank. It's like, you can't say that all things are there because they're interconnected like that. That's just like, I just don't feel like that's a reasonable conclusion about how things really work. The market's gonna crash. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like, these are businesses. These are individual businesses that so happen to be on a certain index. If the index goes down, yeah, the average of all of these different businesses may go down in value, but that's temporary. It's going to come back. It may not come back right now, but it will come back. It inevitably does. It always has. If you look at the stock market over 50, it's like that. I don't know. I'm just saying, this is just my understanding. And all we have is history, right? All we have is to look at history and how history has behaved. And we have to just use that understanding. But people die every day. Yeah, people die every day, but more people are born than people die. So whatever. So I'm just saying that this whole blanket theory of anything just doesn't take into consideration the nuanced factors that exist in a marketplace. And here's the other thing. I kind of alluded to this morning when I talked to David, is I don't like the general disposition that if we are not, and I'm not saying that this is David's point of view, I'm just referencing that I kind of brought this up during that call. Not that it's his point of view, I'm not talking about his point of view, I'm just saying, just in general. Or maybe take that out, whatever. I'm just saying that the whole idea that we are fucked and it is blank, or unless something happens to save us from ourselves or whatever. And I'm not saying that that's David's position. I'm just saying in general. So take that part out of this. I'm just saying in general. The disposition that everything's bad unless we get saved and everything is fucked. It just doesn't take into consideration that things move, right? And things expand and things continue to evolve. This is something that I talked about recently with a friend. It's we try to map the future, right? I used to do this when I was high all the time. It's I used to try to map the exact perfect plan for how I was going to execute my business strategy going forward. I'm going to figure out how to execute my business plan. I'm going to follow this perfect map to get there. But what I'm not taking into consideration is all the different things that can change and go wrong and evolve and move and shuck and jive between point A and the destination that I think that I have the perfect map to. The reality of business, the reality of life, the reality of the movement of society, the movement of people in general is that things change between here and there. And all of this time that we spend trying to figure out the grand plan, trying to map the master plan, is all just spinning our wheels, when instead we should be moving and executing forward through and trying to figure out how we're going to navigate each individual obstacle as it comes. We try to map everything out. It's this perfect way. If not this, then this. If then. It's always like, it's like you don't know what's going to happen between here and there. You don't know what other things are going to come out of left field. You might be moving from point A to point B, but you didn't anticipate that the wind was going to blow, that the tree was going to fall, that the tide was going to pick up, that your boat was going to get a hole, that your oar was going to break, that your motor was going to start to work. You can't factor those things in. You just have to power through and try to do the best that you can to navigate each of these obstacles as you move through life, as you move through business, as you move through every single thing that you do. You have to understand that the forward momentum and the unknown accountability for what the world will do is something that you can't anticipate. You just have to move through it and do the best that you can to navigate it. Think about it like this. If the world is so evil and everything is bad and blah, 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 whatever, what if somebody like you were to become the president? Are you going to be corrupted? Are you corruptible? Are they going to get you? I don't know, maybe, but like if we just believe that everything's toast now until forever, it's like you're going to be 65 one day. You could be the president one day. You could be the person that could change this game. A lot happens between here and there. And the most obvious example that I think of this, which I think kind of lays all of this out and just puts your beanbag on a butcher block and claps it with a hammer, is this. 20 years ago, and I've said this before, 20 years ago, you could have looked at the media landscape and you could have been like, yo, let me sound the alarm. Look, all the media companies, all the newspapers, all the different media sources, and all of the thought control is getting centralized into a small group of people that change the way that people think. They own the magazines, they own the newspapers, they own the newsstands, they own the book publishing companies, they own the books themselves, they own Amazon, they own no Amazon, but whatever, they own the bookstores. Then they own the TV companies, they own the Hollywood production houses, they own the movies, they own the movie theaters. They control all this media. They own Fox News, they own every single television channel. They own all the TV, all the radio stations, all the books, all the book publishers. And you're like, once they get a stranglehold on all these things, how is your everyday citizen that doesn't fall into line, how are they going to communicate the truth? How are they going to communicate a different point of view that changes the discussion? And if you were sitting there with a blowhorn being like, it's all fucked, they're going to get the news out, like we're going to all die now, what you didn't anticipate was the rise of high-speed internet, the rise of smartphones, the rise of social media platforms allowing your everyday average citizen to communicate with each other at an expeditious rate. For people like me and people like you to turn the camera on themselves and create a news broadcast with the same type of depth of understanding and the same type of depth of content as a mainstream TV outlet. And even though they managed to get a stranglehold on all of these outlets, the people found a way. They found a way to navigate their way through. They go on Parler, they go on Facebook. They shut down Parler. What'd they do? Okay, they fucking brought Parler back up. They've got new servers, they fixed it. Then there's Gab. They shut Gab down. Now there's Telegram. They got Telegram. People are on WhatsApp. People find ways to navigate through that are so hard for you to anticipate when you have the grand plan, when you think you understand what's about to happen, when you think that you can plan the future because only you understand, and you have to sound the alarm because everything is fucked and there's nothing that's going to change between point A and point B. There is a destination, but just because you see how bad it's going to get before you get there doesn't mean that you can't change it on the way. If every person that was 400 pounds was like, I'm going to fucking die, I'm 400 pounds, thought that way, they'd fucking die. You know how many people were grossly overweight that changed the way that they eat, changed the way they behave, changed the way that they move through the world, changed the people they hang out with, changed the things that they do, what they drink, what they consume, and fucking did their life. And if you looked at them objectively at a mapping of 1,000 fat people, maybe one person out of 1,000 actually does it, but they still did it. So to look at the world and be like, it's fucked, we're fucked, they got X, Y, and Z things and we can't get out of it, it's like, we don't know that. So you might be fucking right. Here's the thing. You might be right. But I'm not going to sit here and think that, well, I have to wait until somebody rescues me for this shit to change. It's just like if you just believe that there is no fucking way unless X happens, you're not taking into consideration A through X or Y through Z or Z1, Z2, Z3, A8, A9, A12. You know what I'm saying? Like there's so many other dimensions that you can't even factor in. What about hieroglyphics? You know what I'm saying? It's like there's so many other ways that humanity finds the ability to navigate through unsurmountable problems. There are so many other ways. And it's just like for us to just think for a second that we're somehow bamboozled because all of us can't figure out a way to unite. It's like there's more good than bad. There's more of us than them. There's more people that believe in good and positive things than there are people that are perpetuating evil. Like, if you think about the amount of people that are theoretically doing all this evil versus the amount of people that are good or aren't even tuned in at all, the disparity between these two factions of people is massive. You're talking like you're talking like 6.9 billion people are good or are generally good, and there's fucking 100 million people that suck. And it's just like, you're going to say that there's 100 million people, and because they've established all these strangleholds on all this theoretical roadblocks, that you're just going to fucking die? What does a mouse do in what does a mouse do in a maze? Do they just run into a wall and then just die? They keep finding ways, and they figure out ways to get out. It's just like, like, I'll never forget this story. I think it's one of the most amazing things. There was a fucking octopus that escaped from the zoo. You guys can look this shit up. It was a couple years ago. An octopus, somebody left the tank open one night. An octopus climbed out of the tank, slid across the floor, and found a drainage pipe that led out to a sewer system. And the fucking octopus escaped the zoo. The octopus escaped the motherfucking zoo. And I bet you every other octopus in that zoo was like, you ain't got shit, dog. Like let's call him Jones. It's like, yo, Jones, like you like Jones the octopus, like, you're not getting out, fam. All right? You're not gonna get out, bro. Like, and every single day they're like, you fucking stupid octopus, take your tentacles and fucking slap him at the wall because you just got goosed. And meanwhile, this dude waited for the very right moment at the very right time and did the impossible. He fucking found a fucking operation, he found a hole, and this motherfucking octopus escaped. That is that's a 1 in a quadrillion. But if this fucking octopus just believed that there was no way and I'm gonna die and I'm gonna lay down unless Pompeo comes and takes me out of this thing and rescues me, that I'm dead. Where's that octopus? That octopus is in the sea right now, fucking all the other octopuses. He's got the tentacles, he's the man, he's got a gold chain, he's got the glasses. This octopus is killing it right now, shredding it. And all the other octopuses in the sea are like, tell us about this. Like, what? Like, how did you escape? He could tell him a million stories about all these things that he did in the zoo. I stomped every bitch in the zoo. It's like, yo, I'm just saying, it's like, that octopus got out. Impossible. Objectively impossible. How the fuck did that octopus get out? It got out, dog. So it's like, I'm just gonna sit here and believe that, like, these guys, these like pineapples under the sea, just somehow are gonna just trap us forever, and everything's been bamboozled and everything's goosed and we can never get out and we're all gonna die. It's like, no. I believe that things are gonna change between now and then, so long as we all keep the right mindset. So as long as we have the right disposition about life, that this shit can change, we don't know, and we have the ability to make profound changes in the hearts and minds of the people around us, in our communities, locally, online, in the web, to the people that we know, in our families, and these things can change. Be the octopus. Be the octopus. Or die. I don't know. Do whatever you want, but be an octopus, all right? Be an octopus. I don't know. Look it up. Octopus. Just saying. He got out of the zoo. How do you get out of the zoo? Like, how do you escape the zoo as an octopus, dog? He did it. This octopus. How are you gendering the octopus? You don't know his gender. His gender, their gender. They did it. The octopus did it. I don't know. All right? I don't know. Maybe. So, look. Believe in America. Believe in yourself. Believe in the power of mindset. Believe that you can change any and all things. Believe that there is more good than evil. Believe there is good in the world. Believe in yin and yang. Play the game. Don't give up. Never surrender. Have faith in the universe. Be the octopus. Thank you very much. This has been fun. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much for today. Thank you for being here. Be the octopus. To everybody on Facebook, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, for spending your Friday night with me. People on Instagram, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys so much. Be the octopus. All right? Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the support. If you do not follow me on YouTube, please go follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Bobby Sausalito. I really appreciate that so much. If you're on Instagram, you don't follow me on Facebook, follow me facebook.com/Bobby Sausalito. If you're on Instagram, you don't follow me on, if you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram, follow me at takenaps on Instagram. Go to my Facebook group, facebook.com/group/we take naps. Follow me on Parler at takenaps. I made a tick snap. I made a TikTok because whatever bag of rice. It's takenaps with 2 S's. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everybody that made donations on Venmo. Thank you to Leah. Thank you to Billy on Venmo. I appreciate that. Thanks to everybody that bought the badges in here. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks to Cherie on Instagram for the badge. Thank you so much. Ian Went for the badges. Thank you so much. Jay Sully 9031. Thank you so much. Skydiver Mads. Thank you so much. A Mark Life. Thank you so much. Megan Hayward. Thank you kindly. A Bomber's Thoughts. Thank you so much. Miss Jade XO. Thank you so much. Leela 0916. Thank you so much. Britt Seawolf. Thank you so much. Abe P. Thank you so much. Susan B. Clark and Anna Maria Bodzas. Thank you guys so much on Instagram for buying the badges. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I will be saving this down, posting it on the Book of Faces. I will save it here on the gram, and I'm going to pop it onto YouTube before I go to the gymnasium. Stay healthy. Enjoy your weekend. Believe. Take action steps. Execute. Thank you, Facebook. Appreciate you.